People who grew up in the 90s often feel slightly out of sync with the world around them. Not disconnected, not outdated, just differently calibrated. The psychology of 90s kids was shaped during a narrow transition period, a time when life was still mostly offline, but the digital world was quietly arriving. They grew up without an audience. Childhood wasn't documented, mistakes weren't archived, experiences existed, then faded. That absence of constant recording did something important. It allowed identity to form privately. For most people who grew up in the 90s, attention had limits. Saturday morning cartoons happened once. You couldn't pause them. You couldn't replay them. You learned to show up fully or accept missing out. This built a psychology rooted in presence. Moments mattered because they were temporary. Their early years were analog. Bikes, streets, boredom, imagination. Then, gradually, screens entered their lives. Getting online wasn't automatic. It meant choosing between the phone and the internet. Planning mattered. Waiting mattered. Boredom wasn't instantly solved. It was endured, explored, or turned into creativity. This is why many 90s kids relate to technology differently. They're fluent in it, but not psychologically dependent on it. They also learned patience without realizing it. Movies arrived weeks later at video stores. Music required saving money for months. You committed to an album, not a playlist. Anticipation was normal. Delayed gratification was built into everyday life. That mindset still influences how people raised in the 90s approach goals, relationships, and decisions today. They tend to think long-term. They tolerate waiting. They don't expect instant emotional payoff. What makes their psychology especially unique is that they witnessed the world change in real time. They remember handwritten notes becoming instant messages, calling someone's house and speaking to parents first. Living through that shift created balance. People who grew up in the 90s can appreciate simplicity without rejecting convenience. They're comfortable with silence and capable of constant connection. They value real presence but understand virtual relationships. They're not trying to escape modern life or cling to the past. They adapt. Their resilience came from small, everyday problems that no longer exist. Finding directions without GPS. Solving questions without search engines. Recording songs off the radio and accepting flaws. Those minor frustrations built flexibility, problem-solving, and emotional regulation, traits that still show up today. Maybe that's why interacting with 90s kids feels different. They're present without being detached, tech-aware without being consumed. They remember when life moved slower, and somehow they carried that internal pace forward into a faster, louder world.